Alright, how are you, everybody? Yes, I just wanted to say a couple of things about Ryan Garcia because I've started following him on Instagram recently just after a Luke Campbell fight. And I see this guy has really high thoughts of himself, but I mean, I would like to say a few things um, about him that you may not like to hear anyway. And that is, first of all, in his last fight, that Campbell fight, he was proven to be, his defense was proven to be, not so good, leaky, because the way that Campbell was able to put him down just like that in the second round was quite surprising, actually. Even though Luke Campbell has, he's a decent puncher and he's a pretty good fighter overall, but he's hardly someone like, Teofimo Lopez, for instance. Um, but he was able to really catch Ryan off guard, and had he been someone like, for instance, Teofimo, that might have been the end of it. So it's not a good sign, for Garcia because he is clearly, aiming very high, and he's now, I hear, chasing a fight against Pacquiao, which would be interesting. It will be if it happens. Yeah. So, and the one thing that's of course, the defense. He's got some issues there, definitely. And yeah, even though he took that punch pretty well, but as I said, Luke Campbell hardly hits. He's hardly the hardest hitter, and what at 135. So if it had been someone like Teofimo Lopez or Tank Davis, different story. And second thing I would like to point out is that he actually relies on his punching power to put him through, to win fights, and that's not always the best thing when you fight. When you're gonna fight all the best guys, you can't really count on getting them all out of there. Of course, some of them have very good defense also, and are just too clever, too quick to let themselves be, just caught with a perfect punch. Um, but even Campbell, I mean, he was knocked out by a punch to the liver, so that's the one that never fails, right? um, yeah, I think just simply Garcia should work on improving his defense if he really intends to, become the king of. Well, he plans to go up, to 140 and 147, I think also. So Pacquiao is fighting at 147, of course, now for a long time. Has been fighting there, of course, and I think he simply may have a little too much ego for his good, Ryan, and but he will. I think he will be grounded whenever he fights someone that is really outstanding. He will be given a lesson because I don't think he's got the physical talents. Of course, he's fast. He hits hard and all that stuff. He's aggressive, but Luke Campbell was able to outbox him there. In a few of those rounds, I thought that he was really doing well. So as I said, Luke Campbell is not the best guy. Far from that. At 135, he was beaten by Lomachenko convincingly, and a few other guys, a couple other guys. And even though that knockout was rather impressive, I didn't think that Garcia's whole performance that night was very impressive because, as I said, he got put down pretty easily, and he wasn't the better man all the way through, simply. Campbell was kind of, I think, had he been a little bit more aggressive, that's what he also regretted afterwards. He might have perhaps gotten him into even more trouble. Yeah, so I think simply Ryan Garcia has too much ego and too, you know, he's too confident, too cocky, and that's of course not good for a young fighter who is just on his way up. Had he been already established as a pound for pound one of the best, like Terence Crawford, for instance, then it would be alright, to be so cocky. Yeah, so if he fights Pacquiao, that will be, of course, I think he will be, because of his age, and size and speed, maybe he would be a slight favorite, but not a clear favorite, Garcia. So, Pacquiao has simply proven to be ageless, and yeah, so far anyway. But that would be a really good fight. If it happens, it will be a pretty close fight. Alright, so that's all I had to say for now. I'll be back in about 2 weeks with another prediction video. So until then, take it easy. Bye bye.